This right here is SmallRig's latest camera rig system made for the iPhone 17 series, mainly for mobile filmmakers looking to bring their mobile filmmaking or video shooting to the next level. It has adjustable dual handle system with their rotatable quick release system allowing for two-handed handheld operation, whether if it's in horizontal or portrait mode, and even top handle rig like such. Stackable magnetic filter system from variable ND filters to CPL filters and even black mist filters. Wireless video transmission, video like SSD mounting solution all rig up onto the camera cage. Now, as always, disclaimers first, this is not a sponsored video. However, SmallRig was kind enough to send over all of these accessories right here. That being said, they do not get to preview this video before it's published, and everything I say is of my own opinion. With that out of the way, let's dive right in. Now, if you haven't watched the full unboxing of all of the SmallRig accessories, I would highly recommend to take a look at the video to get an idea about everything straight out of the box. Now, all of the items shown here will be linked in the description box down below for your ease of reference. So let's break it down one by one, starting from the core of this camera rig. Starting from this mobile dual handle kit for the iPhone 17 Pro Max that has all the core units to make up the entire camera rig. Starting off with these phone cases that came included in the kit, you have one that is a full body hard case and another TPU soft bumper case with a bare back design. What both cases have in common is actually around the camera module, which is purposed for mounting filters, which we'll talk about it in just a second. Now let's put on the hard case on my iPhone 17 Pro Max. All around the case is made from this coarse texture rubber, which is rough to the touch and feels like it's made to protect your phone really well, especially from scratches. The sides of the phone case are strong and sturdy with a tiny bit of flex due to its rubber type finish. Overall, a pretty snug fit. There is a small lip on the top of the case protecting the screen from scratches when placing your phone screen down. The buttons are small cutouts like such that hovers on top of the actual button. Here is the ASMR clicks on each of them. There is a capacitive touch camera control button that responds really well with regular swipes, clean cutout along the ports at the base of the speakers as well as the USB-C port. And towards the back of the phone around the camera module, the entire plateau area has this lip protection. Placing your phone down, camera down should be no problem as well. Now, the semi-transparent frosted back with the Apple logo peeking through ever so slightly, giving it a nice overall look. Towards the bottom of the phone case, there's this built-in kickstand for keeping your phone either upright or in landscape mode, which is perfect for media consumption on the go. It is also said that this kickstand is able to hold the weight with the camera cage, which can act like a stand where you are pressing it on the table. Now, what's most important right here is actually back at the camera module, where this gold-threaded area covering the entire plateau area is actually SmallRig's proprietary filtering mounting system that takes in 67mm filter thread size. And so this adapter plate is the 67mm FilMov attachable filter adapter that mounts onto the plateau area at the back of the phone case, where you align the mounting points and slide it right in. Unlike conventional screw-in filters, this one is magnetic, which brings us to the 5-in-1 attachable filter kit. It comes in this nice pouch, secured with a carabiner for easy attachment. There are 5 filters inside this pouch. There is a variable ND filter with strengths of ND2 to ND32 for setting a proper exposure of your image. We have a circular polarizing filter, which is also known as CPL, for removing reflections in your image. And there's also a quarter-strength black mist filter for halation and blooming of the highlight for that dreamy cinematic look. The 2 other filters included are a magnetic filter adapter, which screws onto any 67mm filter thread of your lens in order to use any of these magnetic filters. And the last filter is a magnetic lens cap. And by the way, all of these filters are actually stackable like such, so you can have a circular polarizing filter, a variable ND, as well as a black mist all stacked together all in one. Attaching these filters on and off the adapter is as simple as popping it like such instead of screwing in like normal filters. Apart from the filter adapter plate, there are 2 other back plates that came included in the kit, which are the T-mount as well as the 17mm threaded lens back plate. They are commonly used to attach mobile lenses in front of the iPhone's main camera, but unfortunately I do not have any T-mount or 17mm threaded lens to showcase this feature. But attaching it on the phone case is essentially the same with either of these back plates. And that's basically everything about the phone case. Now let's talk about the bigger elephant in the room, that is the camera cage that came with the phone case kit. Now this is the full body metal case for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. So let's pop the case right in. With this side facing upwards that is indicated by a lock sign, place the right side of the phone into the cage followed by the left side. Press this right here to lock it in, and that's pretty much it. To unlock your phone, you simply unlock it from the sides like such. And here is a quick look around the cage. From the side with the lock, there is a quick release mount right here, as well as all 4 sides of the cage. There are also a total of 3 cold shoe mounts, 2 on this side of the cage and 1 on the other side, as well as a lanyard attachment loop right here. The only 2 things left in the box are actually these handles. One actually holds a Bluetooth remote controller, which is attached on via cold shoe mount, and the other is a regular handle. Now the first time I took this out of the box, there are these clamping mounts that came with it, and these are the rotatable quick release system that you need to attach it onto the handles manually. A cool thing is that at the base of the handle, there is a hidden Allen key inside, which is what you need to set up these handles. At first, remove the screws attached to the mount and attach the screws onto the other side of the handle. Lock it in, and this should stay in place like such. And you do it for the other handle as well. And now you have the quick release system on both of these handles. And now the fun part begins, where you can mount both of these onto all of the sides of the cages with just a pinch of the clamp like such, and you get a rock solid connection. Attaching both handles on the sides gives you the classic dual handle grip for shooting horizontally, giving you much more control for any panning motions, especially from left to right or even panning upwards. And do keep in mind that these handles are actually rotatable, giving you more flexibility in angling your horizon while filming. For example, with shots requiring a higher angle, you can angle the handles slightly forward like such for a better camera control movement. The second mode is the top handle rig, where you place the handle on the top side of the cage, twist it about 90 degrees perpendicular to the phone, and now you get yourself the classic top handle rig for these low angle shots. Now, having a top handle makes handling your entire rig more comfortable. Actually does make a huge difference. That being said, usually top handle rigs have a monitor for a better preview of your shots, which brings us to the next item, which is the wireless display monitor vlog kit. Now this wireless video transmission essentially screen mirrors your phone via Wi-Fi. Now the wireless transmission of this monitor goes up to 4K 30 frames per second with a tad bit of latency. Pairing the monitor is fairly easy. You can scan a QR code that connects to the SmallRig Wi-Fi, and once connected, search for the screen mirroring widget, search for SmallRig monitor, and you are in. Now the wireless transmitter has a 1600 mAh battery, charges via USB-C, has a 1/4 inch screw thread, and even brightness control for using it in bright sunny weather. And this surely looks like a regular top handle rig with a side handle commonly used for run and gun filmmaking. Now, my go-to way of setting up the camera rig, given that I am right-handed, is always with the Bluetooth remote controller on the right handle like such, for a quick access of starting and stopping the recording function. And depending on how I shoot, the other handle will either be on the left or on the top side. Now, to pair the remote control, simply long press the on and off button. There will be a small green flashing LED at the side. Head on over to your phone's Bluetooth and search for SmallRig WC03, hit connect and pair, and that's pretty much it. When in photo mode, it takes a picture, and in video mode, it starts and stops recording, which is pretty handy. Now, if you are planning to shoot Apple Log ProRes RAW, it is likely that you will have an external SSD, and here I have an external SSD enclosure from Tabletop with a 2TB SSD installed that actually functions as a hub with a 100 watts USB-C power delivery pass-through, as well as audio ports, which is perfect for this kind of single USB-C solution. So to mount this external SSD onto the cage, we have SmallRig's universal mounting clamp for external SSD, which attaches on the camera cage via cold shoe mount. Now, installing the SSD into position is quite easy. You just pull apart the clamp and you press the SSD right in, and you are pretty much good to go. There's also this USB-C cable clamp at the sides, mainly used for preventing any accidental bumps disconnecting the USB-C cable. Now, with the external SSD connected and my go-to camera app for professional video recording, that is the Blackmagic camera app, we are able to record ProRes RAW video directly onto the SSD like such. Now, if you require additional lighting that can be mounted on the cold shoe mount of the camera cage, this is SmallRig's P96 Pro Mini Bicolor Video Light that is 5 watts with adjustable white balance from 2500 to 6500 Kelvin, has a built-in 1500 mAh battery lasting up to about an hour, small and tiny, fits just right at either cold shoe mount for that extra kick of light. Now, to utilize all of the quick release mounts around the camera cage, for example like mounting this to a tripod, SmallRig do offer this H11 quick release adapter, which is essentially a standalone rotatable quick release mount that has a 1/4" screw thread at the bottom. So you get an additional mounting point directly onto the camera cage, which I attach this to SmallRig's metal tabletop tripod for placing it down on a surface. When I need to detach it, simply unclamp it from the camera cage and you're pretty much good to go. Now, this tripod is actually really well built. Full body metal construction, has a 360-degree panoramic ball head, rubber feet, and overall a really solid build. And that's basically a full rundown of assembling SmallRig's latest mobile camera rig for mobile filmmakers looking to squeeze out cinema level video production right from their iPhone 17 Pro or Pro Max. Now, the video capabilities nowadays is actually quite insane, so let me very quickly swap this out to show you guys the rig setup compared to my mirrorless camera setup that you are seeing right now. This is how I would set it up to film my YouTube video if I were to only use my iPhone. Now, I actually realized that the MagSafe wireless monitor rig can actually be paired with a teleprompter app, which I think would be insane to get a glance at the script in real time while doing these headshot talks. Let me know in the comments on what you think and which do you prefer. That being said, if you are serious about leveling up your mobile filmmaking, I would highly recommend you guys to check out all of these products. So if you are interested, be sure to head on over to SmallRig's website to look at all of the details about each product. That being said, all of the products showcased here in the video will be linked in the description box down below for your ease of reference. And once again, a huge shout out to SmallRig for sending over this for a review. And that's basically it from me for this video. I hope you have found this video insightful. If you have any questions or things that you want me to test out, be sure to leave a comment down below. I'll be sure to get back to you guys as soon as possible. As always, thank you all so much for tuning in. My name is Ken and I'll catch you all in the next one. Stay safe, peace out, and bye-bye.